and ASK Knives, here to chat with you. We have a show coming up this Friday. Maybe, Jeff, would you mind turning on the lights in here? Just flip that switch on, sorry. We've got a show on Friday at 4:30. It'll be a live show. It's going to be over on ASK Knife. So if you do a search under YouTube, in the little YouTube search window, you're going to see Medford, you're going to see ASK, do ASK KNIFE. And it'll pop up, and it's the shape of my Medford knife crest, but inside it's got it's orange, and inside it's got a hammer and a musket. At work and at war, 250 years exporting freedom and innovation to the world. You're welcome. So hopefully you guys will come join us for some last minute Christmas chicanery and whatnot. I wanted to, we showed a lot of, we kind of did a little ASK brain dump during our virtual holiday show, but we're going to do this ASK mashup this Friday. So day after tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Arizona time, you can Google that, go in your world clock, whatever, 4:30 p.m. Arizona time. So now, here's the deal with this. We've got some unique combos. We've got all sorts of new blade offerings. We've got really cool custom handle offerings. We're going to be debuting a new handle run that I think you guys are going to like. It's very, very cool. It has a tradition based around the U.S. Navy in World War II. I think you guys are going to dig the shit out of it. I also have a line of ninja spikes that I'm going to do the inaugural first 10, where I'm custom sculpting. And when I say the shop's custom sculpting those and finishing them, those will be available Friday. Also, we also have some really unique Damascus MKT pieces. In the same way that we let ASK poke its toe over into the MKT Virtual Holiday Show, we're going to let MKT poke its toe over into the ASK Holiday Show. This will be the last date at which you can probably buy things that you'll get in time for Christmas. I mean, you might be able to get a couple things the following week, special stuff, and pay a bunch extra, but here we go. I'm going to stand up for a minute. Let me see if this works. Oh, I've got something here. Okay. Let me, this is going to be a little bit of I'm going to show you more than you'd expect, since I have one day today and tomorrow. I have 2 days total to let you know about this. So if you recognize this little Frankenstein Santa Claus, this is our mashup. December 16th, 4:30 p.m. We're going to do some knife giveaways, new models, custom configurations. Last thing in time for Christmas, go to asknife.com/2022HS, like 2022 holiday show. Okay, that's under the American Service Knife, and you can find that on asknife.com. You can enter the address I just gave you into your URL window up at the top, or you can go to YouTube and watch the video there. But if you want to buy, you got to go over to the website and get into that page. Now, for each of the knives I show you, we have a picture and a little module set up so you can buy it, just like the virtual holiday show. We decided to do it last minute because the thing was such a hit and we wanted to represent ASK really well. So Jeff and Lindsay have just gone crazy doing this. Forrest's done a great job doing a bunch of custom designs. And here we go. So white camel hex. So I'm going to go through... Oh, I'm gonna go through a smattering of these. Okay. Oh, all right. So a couple of things about this, you guys. I want you to keep in mind, we're gonna be showing a bunch of Franken knives, which is why we did the Frankenstein and why we're calling it the holiday mashup. These are not all Washington, Jefferson, Alcacer, Ironside models. These are complete mix-ups. So most of you who follow this have never seen this knife before. You've never seen a Zeus quarter turn with hexes, a rangefinder bottle opener, and a Warncliffe style knife. I mean, you haven't seen that yet. So you're going to see that right out of the gate. Boom. We're going to come with a super hot... Oh, Jesus. Did I just get myself? No. We're going to come with a super hot chick. Thank goodness for half stops. There was a couple of gals online. I don't know if they're girlfriends or if they just have short, weird hair, but they were doing some reviews of ASK knives, and they were saying they have a lame half stop and they don't cut. That's gobbledygook ding dong talk. If they don't know you can adjust it, it's an adjustable knife to kind of set it up your way. They have excellent walk and talk. These knives have got wonderful half stops. I've had a kind of lunatic fringe. You can hear them as I'm working it. I mean, it's ridiculously, it's got a ridiculous action to it. I mean, how is that not a positive half stop? I don't know. Sometimes, girls with short hair, they don't have enough electrons flowing around their head to make everything work quite right. They're probably real nice ladies. I'm just having a little holiday fun. Whether or not they're lesbians, and I hope you guys are, because I have a real thing about lesbians. I think they're kind of hot, and I'm into If I was a chick, I'd be a lesbian too, because I think guys are gross. So, and if you're lesbians who are into knives, that's even cooler. Jeff, were you there when I almost got arrested in New Jersey around that lesbian thing that went down?
Oh, you mean the New York night?
Were you at that?
No.
I'm in a circle of dudes. Everybody in the circle had fucking killed somebody, and we got 2 cops there. We're standing in this circle, and there is a Haji off to the side, and he starts manhandling this girl, and she's kind of drunk, and he was kind of kissing on her, and she's trying to push him away, and then he titty grabbed her, and everybody's standing around, and everyone's like, oh, that's not good. And of course, I hadn't had a drink yet, so I wasn't calm, and I walked over and was like, hey, motherfucker, get your hands off our women and fuck right off out of here. And the guy's like, he started going kind of cuckoo on me. And I said, listen, you can't touch women like that. And then somebody yelled hate crime. And then his boss came over. What seems to be the problem? I said, well, your employee over here has assaulted this girl. And so they call the police, and the police show up, and the hotel security there. And they were up, they had prayer rugs out, and they were praying to Allah, so they couldn't make the call right away. But as soon as they were released from evening prayer, they came down to, get me for being a hate crime. I think because I said Haji or something. And so I was like, hey, Haji, get your fucking hands off her. She shouldn't want you touching her. Get her on. So the best thing ever, and if the girls watch this and I'm wrong, I've been wrong before. But I'm pretty sure 2 lesbians came up when the police were there interviewing me and said, sir, we saw exactly what happened. Mr. Medford was the only guy that walked over. That dude was assaulting her. We saw the whole thing go down, and he stuck up for her. I pulled out my New Jersey police chief's courtesy card. I mean, what are the odds I'm holding a police chief courtesy card, head of the union, in my pocket while some locals are rousting me for a hate crime because a Muslim guy was manhandling a blonde that was drunk in the bar. So I don't know how I got off on this story, but it was a lesbian thing. Very nice lesbian girls. I'm pretty sure they were lesbian. If not, they're very masculine with short hair, and they seem to be holding hands and came off there hiding as lesbians. They might be just kind of butchy heteros. But I don't have anything against lesbians. I really like you girls. But you might want to just get your facts straight about knives before you do review videos. Just saying, And look, they're going to hate me because of this, but more people are going to watch your channel because of me saying this. What was the name of the thing? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Jeff is such a good lawyer. He's like, I'm not saying the name in front of Greg because he's going to say it and people are going to, Anyway, we love lesbians here at Medford Knife and Tool. We hope all you lesbians out there that need knives for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, we hope that you join us on Friday. It'll be at www.lesbianlovesknives.com. And we've got a show going there too, just for you. Well, and for me and a couple other guys like me. Now, let's move on to our second knife. It's going to take a while to get through these. Bear with me. That's our White Hex Camo. This is our Dexter. We're calling it a Dexter because it looks like blood splatters from a crime scene. Now, I'm only guessing. I haven't been briefed on this. You're also going to see a really cool new finish here. You're going to see this stone-washed, kind of murdered out, super cool, laid-back finish. I love the action on this knife. Oh, this is a double. This is a bi-knife, like a bisexual knife. Look at this thing. It's some sort of fucking weird guillotine. I love this. It's got a spear point and a worn cliff. It's a double channel knife that's just had the 2 tools swapped out for a second blade. Super fun. Oh, see? This is the fucking mashup I was talking about.
Bronze
Oh,
hardware.
love that. Oh, and this has got bronze hardware.
And liners.
And liners. Oh, yeah, there's a lot going on with this. This is a sexy... Jeff's going to be here telling me stuff. So this has got bronzed out hardware. I don't know if you can see that. Bronzed liners. Stonewash. Double knife. Dexter blood splatter. C-A-F-S. Cool as fucking shit. C-A-F-S. Calves. This next one here is our neon silk. Now, listen. If you drive a Cadillac and you're from Brooklyn or maybe the Bronx and you have a velvet smoking jacket and you wear a hat and you smoke a cigarette with a filter, this knife is for you. You're going to love this. This is awesome. If you are a pimp and you want the knife to go with your psychedelic retro blaxploitation outfit, this is the knife. So we've got flamed hardware. I don't know, let me get you in a quick look on this. It's fucking sexy. I didn't even know the guys did this. I'm bamboozled by this. This is also a Warncliffe style blade. It's got the big nail nick. God, I love this fucking knife. You know it's a good one. You could cut a hole with this one. You could cut a hole. She got out of line. I guess you could cut a hole with this one. Someone's going to repeat this stuff. Someone's going to put this stuff online and they're going to think I'm a racist, misogynist asshole. What's new? It's got an all... This knife is retarded. I don't know. You can't even say retarded anymore. I don't even know. Redonkulous? You could say words that are made up that don't mean anything. Oh, this is such a cool knife. So it's got an all... It's got a bottle opener, and it's got a Warncliffe. I don't know what song that... Who could ask for anything more? Fantastic. Washington ordered back in January. Hey, Matt, Mark, the Washington you ordered in January? Washingtons are dropping in the next 40 days or so. Actually, all 4 models are dropping now. Moving on, Fomascus. Look at this. God, this is... It's got flamed out hardware. It's got blue anno liners. This one's got... It's got a 6 blade. Super cool. What's paired up with this? Pray tell. Chisel. Oh, man. I'm loving these knives, Jeff.
Yeah, they're cool.
This has got a blade with one of the smaller nicks on it. So you're going to see a couple of these knives very early on. You'll see that they've got some smaller nicks. And it's too nice a knife and too easy to bring it out to like throw it away because of that. But we went to some bigger nicks. But it won't make any difference functionality. You're going to see, just like in the early Porsches, the early any early cool brands that you know, there was some kind of hand picking and choosing that kind of goes on that might not be like today. Everything's like CNC perfect standard. You're going to see a little bit of variation like that. We've done a lot of stuff that's got some military heritage. This is our P-51. For those of you who like the Cadillac of the Sky, P-51. Yeah, Monotanto blade. You're going to see a couple of those coming up. 6 blade, nice stone wash. This has got an all and a bottle opener rangefinder. Yeah, bottle opener rangefinder. The other thing they gals said, the 2 pseudo-lesbians, maybe they weren't lesbian. I'm going to say they were not lesbians. Let's just say they weren't lesbians. The 2 not lesbians who were reviewing knives, they said the knives were like too easy to come out. And Jeff, Jesus Christ, how much have we like banged our heads against the wall trying to make them lighter to come out because they're pretty stout. Right. So in the nail nick crowd, we hear that our nail nick is somewhere on the 10-point scale, somewhere around a 7, 10 being nail destruction. We're in that 7, 8 range. And by they break in, I think they go to 5, 6 by the time they break in. So yeah, just a little. So this is a black and blue. What are we calling this one? Black Mamba. These fucking guys set me up to look like an asshole. This is called the Black Mamba. Another Warncliffe style blade. I don't know. I wish you guys could see. This thing, you could cut a fucking guy's head off with it. Anybody who says it's not used to it being hard to come out. All right, apparently there's another Marine on the channel. Okay, moving on. It's super cool. Let's go to this next one. Neon Leaves. Okay, listen. Next week, fucking Avatar's coming out. Or maybe it's this weekend. This has got a little Avatar look to it. Great looking handles. Spear point stonewashed blade. This is number 7. You'll be able to. Are they able to preview these now?
Yeah,
and you can go preview them now, you guys, if you go to askknife.com/2022 HS holiday show. You can go there right.
On the main page, it's in the header.
And if you go to the main page, click in the header, it's there too. All right, let's see what we got next. This is our. Oh, I went out of order. Chocolate.
Yeah, go here.
Yep. Chocolate chip camo. So for any of you homos that went off to the Gulf War with me, we wore the gay chocolate chip camo. It's super retro, and if you want one of these super gay, and then when I say gay, I don't mean gay like this. I mean just like, it's not cool anymore. You know, it's weird. Like tiger stripe camo from Vietnam, super cool. SF camo from Vietnam, super cool. Chocolate chips from Gulf Storm, Gulf War, no bueno. Warncliffe style. I know, I'm sorry. This has got a CX blade. Come in, Roxanne. It's got an awl. Come in. Doing a little show. And it's got a rangefinder on it. This is one of those ones that the down click is not as precise. It's not as, this one needs a little adjusting. So the chocolate chip camo needs a tiny bit of adjusting. Here's the nice part, you guys. They're not riveted together, and they're not child-proof. You put a tool on them, adjust them, make your man tool go the way you want it. All right, moving on. This one is called, Frosty Double D. Now, I'm not totally sure why it's called Frosty Double D.
Ding dong. He's missing his mouth.
Oh. A little frosty here.
It's a gift from a husband to a wife.
Oh, nice. Yeah, guys, these knives are meant to be used. They're meant to cut. Fantastic action, steel, all polished bits. This happens to have bronze anno hardware, bronze anno liners. Just a sexy little fucking cool, simple knife. Guys that say, oh, Greg, why don't you have scissors? Listen. When I'm ready to spend about $1 million and get punched in the dick for about a year, I'm going to start trying to make scissors. And I'll be the only company in America that makes scissors, and one of the only companies in the world that makes little tiny scissors, and I'll be one of only 2 companies in the entire planet Earth that makes little tiny scissors that work well. So I'm not going to do those quite yet. I'm pacing myself, baby steps. That's like the first time you kiss a girl, you're just going to get full on crazy and have a threesome. Don't do it. Pace yourself. Know what you're doing first. I want to know what I'm doing before I do scissors. And I can tell you, everything I've ever pulled out with a pair of scissors to cut with a Swiss Army knife, with the scissors, I've been able to, with a nice knife, do the same work. So the truth is, almost everything you need to cut, you could do with a pair of scissors. Got a nice little sharp chisel, you can go in for the end, nick something right off, get the little edge of your nail, got a little snag in your tooth, get that, grind out a little side of the nail nick. Moving on. This looks like Hosukai's The Wave. Let's see what this is. This is called The Great Wave. Japanese artist did this. It was called Hosukai, I think was his name. Lesbians know about scissors. Lesbians do know about scissors. That is so thoughtful of you to mention. Oh my God. Because that's what lesbians do to scissors. That's fantastic. So this is a little bit of Hosukai in the wave here. Kind of cool. Got blue anno hardware, blue anno liners, and a tactical tumbled finish Warncliffe style blade. This is a man's knife. Sexy, elegant, mature, super useful.
Has the breaker.
Oh, and I forgot, it's got a little attitude adjuster. So out here, yes, you could thread through a little silk lanyard if you wanted. You could also just hold this in your hand. Let's say you got caught after a Two Live Crew concert and you were being mugged by a bunch of the locals. Bang! Little like secretive attitude adjustment with it. Moving on. Oh, See, this should go to Carrie Lake. Carrie, I know you're a big fan. I know you watch the show a lot of times. You guys, the first time I had Carrie Lake on, she was early in her thing. I asked her if she kissed her campaign manager. They got all mad at me afterwards. I thought, with the short hair and everything, this lesbian theme just carries over my life. The truth is, I'm optimistic about women kissing each other. It was nothing personal. Carrie, I hope you come back on the show. Anyways, I know you're out there watching the show. I know you and Jeff sit back, get the couch up, put your feet up, waiting for the lawyers to do their thing, waiting for Katie to whatever she's going to do. And you said, what are we going to do tonight, Jeff? We're not running for governor anymore. What do we do now? We got all the lawyers spooled up. Everybody's having a fight. What should we do? And he's like, hey, let's turn on the Greg Medford show and see what's going on there. You should see the looks. Wait a minute. What does this say? You should see the looks on getting at Michael's right now listening to this. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad everybody else can hear. This is a Rosie Riveter. Now, Carrie did a great campaign poster towards the end of her campaign, which, for the rest of you who are not in Arizona, she actually won. They broke 20% of the machines. They knew it was all Republicans voting. They had a glitch that happened county-wide in the big Republican Maricopa County and screwed up the election. And now they're going to fight because they think it was all clean and above board. Well, what can you do? She did this great Rosie the Riveter costume. I don't know. It was for something she did, and it was just fantastic. We thought of this. It was great. So this is a Warren Cliff working finishes rangefinder bottle opener, and it's got an all super cool little knife. Next, are you out of here? Are you going home?
I was going to ask you something.
What were you going to ask me?
Where can I get tools to put my license plate on?
Ask Jason Langston to help you. Okay, this next thing here, I don't know what the hell we're calling this thing. We're calling it Pimp. I wasn't in on any of these names. I wasn't in on any of these finishes. I'm just reacting to them, what they look like, and kind of how they tickle my funny bone. This one's called Pimp because it's a cheetah pattern. Like, you would, of course, have your fabric on the seats of your 82 Cadillac Sedan DeVille pop top with bull horns, steer horns on the hood. Wouldn't that be the pimp car of all time, Jeffrey?
Yeah, with the carriage top.
Oh my God, be fan-fucking-tastic. One gold tooth, big high collar, and a leopard spot pimp knife. Now, this has got kind of blue, purple anodized, drop point blade, great action. So you guys are going to find that tumbled action, and it's got a Zeus fastener quarter turn. You guys are going to find that the tumbled finish is not as glossy as the high polish finish in the action, but it actually breaks in really nicely. But in the end, it's a cool look, and a lot of little scratches and fingerprints don't show on it. So aesthetically, aesthetically in the long run, I think it's a great wear. I think that initially it's a little bit of it feels not as smooth, but it gets smooth. It breaks in really nicely. All right, next, Rosie Pimp. Oh, this is blue camo. So guys, this reminds me of SF camo from Vietnam, except it's blue. Good looking camo, drop point blades, stone washed, and plain hardware with a breaker on it. You guys can see that breaker, attitude adjuster. It's offset so that it doesn't conflict with the functionality of the tools. We're going to do about 10 or 12 more, and that's half. Tomorrow I'll show you the other half. You guys can also go check them out at askknife.com/2022 HS for holiday show. Now we've got this thing called Techno Fade. I don't know, it reminds me a little bit of Tron, a little bit. Kind of cool. Great offset breaker. It's got blue contrasting anodized hardware, blue liners. Of course, the titanium liners are there. It's got a great look along the back, and it's a fade blue. It goes blue to bronze. So the bronze liner on one end, blue on the other. Come in, Forrest. Come in. Live show. Forrest is coming. What do you got for me?
Got some Corsair samples for you.
Oh, shit. Let me see what you got. All right, so we got a Jolly Roger in original configuration. We got. Hey, which one's the snake? What unit is that? Do you know? Is that the Buccaneers?
Yeah,
This is
one
the
with
Buccaneers.
grill. Yeah, the one with the grill. I couldn't find anything on the one with the snake, like what squadron that was from or anything.
And that's the matching. Is that the matching star and bar for that snake?
Yeah.
These are really great. So, I'd really like you to make 20 of each for me.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yep.
Hold on, let's give everybody a quick preview because it's kind of fun. These guys are all. These motherfuckers want to know what's up. The one guy, he's in line at Michael's and he's got the volume turned up, and apparently I'm offending lesbians everywhere. This is fucking cool. I don't know. You guys can see these are really. This is our Corsair. Pete's done a great job configuring these with original artwork. It's even got distress and fucking exhaust stripes down the side from World War II. These are just bitching. 20 of each.
Okay.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
So cool. Love those. All right, moving on here. Thanks, you guys. All right, next is Leaf Silhouette. I normally wouldn't like this, but I really like this, the way the colors contrast with it. So this has got a leaf silhouette to it. Very cool. We're doing measurements next. I did a video about it yesterday. I haven't put it up yet because I figured everyone was going to say I was pro-Nazi. But people who flew in the Luftwaffe were not necessarily Nazis. Just like people in the Marine Corps are not necessarily Nazis. We're just serving our country. People in the SS, they were Nazis. In the Gestapo, they were Nazis. Totally different. Just thought I'd throw that out there. A little bit historical. Hey, who knew? You knew, I knew, but some people don't know. Blue liners, titanium, blue hardware, scales, white and black foliage contrast, high polished hardware, Warncliffe high polished blade. These scales are sold on these knives. There are scales sold separately. Are there any scales available anywhere, Jeff?
Yeah, they're on the website.
They're on the website. So if you go to the website and you go to scales, are there lots of versions there?
Yeah.
There's a shit ton of scale versions. And, oh yeah, Spitfire's on the way. Don't worry, we're doing a Battle of Britain series that's gonna knock you off your lorry. Okay, here we go. Moving on to, what is this? Oh, wow, this is awesome. Darth Vader. Guys, I'm kind of freaked out by this one. Check this shit out. See the Darth Vader there? So cool. So DLT Trading has been doing Warthogs. They've been doing this kind of shark tooth design. We've seen that on a couple of different planes over the years. It was done on the P-47. It was done on the P-40 Warhawk, done on the Kitty Hawk, and it was also done on the A-10 Warthog in the next generation of aircraft. We've done some of those designs for them. I've done a Luftwaffe scheme out of Praetorians and Marauders. I've done the A-26 and the B-26 Havoc. I've done A-26 Havoc, B-26 Marauder, and then I did a bunch of Bomber Series knives, and then we're doing a bunch of P-51 and P-47 knives. We're also going to go through and do Claire Chenot's Flying Tiger guys. We're going to do the Lafayette Escadrille from World War I, which has some amazing Native American artwork on it. So you guys are going to see a bunch of really cool fighter series stuff come out because they're patriotic, they're fun, they're so creative. These guys were trying to project strength and imagery, and they're pretty cool. All right, next, what are we calling this thing? Waffle on syrup. Oh my God, that's hilarious. So this is waffle on syrup. Now, Snoop, if you're out there, and Snoop owns Chicken and Waffles. He's into that Chicken and Waffles company. Snoop, if you're out there, brother, I don't know if I'm allowed to say brother, if you're out there, put down the Chiba and just think about cash for a minute. Put that big, listen, oh my God, we're going to do one of these. It's like a big fat joint.
Okay.
We may call it the Snoop. Oh my God. This is what happens, you guys. This just comes to you. It's a gift. Imagine if we made one of these look like a big old spliff, and it's got like wrinkles down here, and it's like all lit up in this end. You hold it up, and it looks like a big. This is gonna be the 420 comeuppance of the knife business. I think it's fantastic. Oh my God. Well, these ideas come from nowhere, Jeff. You were here while it happened. Would you make a note that we're going to do a spleef?
Yeah.
Okay. So listen, Snoop, if you want to do a chicken and waffles, I can make one side look like a chicken leg and the other side look like a waffle. Because I think he's in on a place called Chicken and Waffles. Waffles on syrup. Now, the waffles on syrup is really cheeky. It's got a Zeus quarter turn, and it's got a range-finding bottle opener. It has the hardware anodized about the color of syrup. So it's just, that's very cheeky. Whoever did that was being a cheeky monkey. All right.
About halfway through if you want to show the top.
This will be halfway through, and then we'll move on to a couple of surprises for you guys, okay? It's kind of a long video. So we did waffle on syrup. This is the deep. It's an ocean scene. There's a whale swimming up in it. Fish.
Should be a shark somewhere.
Shark. Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of shit going on. And it's a MagnaCut 6 blade. And it's labeled MagnaCut right on there. You can see it engraved. Now, I want to talk just a little bit about this MagnaCut. And everybody's going to get a bunch of sand in their ass about this, and I just want to mention it. It has some amazing properties. Machinability, grindability, polishability, and makeability are not one of them. It has amazing knife properties. As a knife maker who makes lots of stuff out of lots of different materials, it is a material in my company that my guys don't like working with. My machinists don't like it. It goes through tools faster. We track stuff really, really closely. Nobody likes working with it in my entire company. It's a pain in the ass. Now, to give credit where credit is due, it's really cool because it does some unique things. It's amazing. But as a maker, it can't just be ultimate properties. It has to be how makeable and consistent it is along the way. Now, guys are going to tell me, oh, Greg, you just don't know what you're doing. You don't know this, you don't know that. I know what I'm doing. I got a decent amount of experience doing this. I'm not a fucking ingenue. I didn't fall off the turnip truck. And of the CEOs in this country who run knife companies, there are only a couple of us who actually know how to make knives. So I will tell you flat out, we don't like making knives with it. It ain't fun. And if you can get it right, it's awesome. And we can get it right, but it's a pain in the ass. It's like, Jeff, you know what it's like? It's like dating a porn star. Or maybe not a porn star, maybe like a stripper, a really hot stripper. Like, totally fun, awesome. The performance is fantastic, but just a pain in the ass all the time.
It violates the maintenance output matrix.
The maintenance output matrix is in the crazy corner. So we made some out of this stuff against our better judgment, and it was like repeatedly punching yourself in the dick. But when they came out, here's the other, we go through all of it. We worked through all the problems. We got it all figured out, dealing with the guys who developed it and getting the hardness right, and blah, 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 blah. Here's another thing about it that they don't maybe know. When you go to put a high polish on it, it doesn't act like other metal. It doesn't polish the same way. And I told everybody, I said, look, we're this far, we're not stopping. So the polish on it's a little bit weird. So if you guys are into rating the polish, don't buy the MagnaCut knives. The polish is going to annoy you. If you're into the steel, the usability, and you don't mind it's going to be a real knife you use, and you want the performance, absolutely buy it. It's marked MagnaCut right on it. It's super cool. It doesn't pass our anal retentive expectations of what we want out of polish, but it's fucking lovely. Super pain in the ass. It is absolutely like, it's like dating an 11. If you date an 11, I don't know if any of you ever dated 11, like when it's going down and you're like one hand up, a little sweating and you're rehydrating and you both been smacking each other in the ass, like it's fucking fantastic. But the rest of the time, you feel like you're in a boxing match and your arms are duct taped to your body and you're just taking shots. That's what it's like dating an 11. Okay, word to the wise from Uncle Greg for some of you newbies who really want, you're waiting out for a super hottie. I recommend dating an 8. Date an 8 that's not into flying in private jets. Just date an 8. Maybe has a good job. Nurse, dentist, maybe a super hot dental assistant. If she's a 9, but a dental assistant, that knocks her down a peg or two. If she's a dentist, you don't want to date a 9 dentist. That's could be a pain in the ass. 8 tops. Just thoughts from Uncle Greg. Okay, moving on. We've got some triple stack knives here, which none of you have seen before because I hadn't seen them. Here they are. We're going to start with red Arctic camo. And I have several of these. I'm only going to show you 2 of them. Red Arctic camo, super cool knife. It's got polished everything. It's got a 6 blade. It's got a drop point MagnaCut. You can see it says MagnaCut on the steel there. Now the boys don't like the polish on it. I think it looks lovely. It's got a, did I already cover the 6?
Yeah, it's a triple blade.
Oh yeah, and I got to get it from this side. And it's got a Warren Cliff. This is a triple blade knife. Take a look at it. This is so, Jeff, these are so cool. I love them. And it's got a breaker on one end. This is just bananas. Super cool little knife, you guys. I hope you dig it. Let's go to the second to the last one. Is called Neon Sunset. Neon Sunset. It's got golded hardware. It's got a little neon sunset. I think you can see the pyramid there on the horizon. Pretty sexy knife. Gold anno spacers. High tumble. It's got 4 tools and a drop point blade. The 4 tools are a awl, rangefinder bottle opener, chisel taper grabber, and then how do we get? Oh, we get over here by this, and it's got a quarter turn and some hexes. There's a little something for everybody in this mashup. We got polish, we got stonewash, we got color, we got tactical, we got camo, we got sunsets, we got some Japanese stuff, pretty sexy, got some patriotic stuff. We're going to release the Corsair line to you guys tomorrow to check out. I mean, on Friday to check out. We'll have my Ninja spikes are going to be there. I think you guys are going to love those. They're really cool, actually. And then, Jeff, what am I going to show today? This is our first Tonto. So this is the mono Tonto. It's a Tonto profile with a mono hollow grind, a single facet hollow grind. Great walk and talk. That is the mashup preview here on Wednesday for you to check out. I hope you guys enjoy. Go to ASKknife.com on the homepage. Click on it. You can go to ASKknife.com/2022HS. Go to MedfordKnife.com. Check out what we're doing there. If you guys want to know what I'm up to, you can go to my podcast, The Greg Medford Show. It's on iTunes, Spotify, and Rumble. Talking politics, talking about life, and all kinds of stuff. Appreciate you guys taking a little moment out of your day. Have a fucking great Christmas, Hanukkah, Slappy New Year, whatever you're going to do. I am going to be off teaching my son to sail and fish for some barracuda. I will see you guys when I get back. Well, I'll see you this week. I'll see you on Friday because you guys are going to be there. Or even if you don't want to buy a knife, you should come by and hang out. You never know what I'm going to say that's going to cause a rumble.